Hello, today we're looking at Kyrie, Matt Crott's Kyrie Part 1, The Curse of the Macedonian Scroll. Apparently this was a web comic. I was not aware of that when I bought it. Here are some old covers. And another reviewer I found said that Matt did this entirely in Adobe Illustrator. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've been told. Like many books, and of course he did a little doodle up here. That's cool. I don't know, and a map in the cover goes both sides. I don't know if the what is that? Oh, okay. All right. Whenever I get books like this, I always end up creasing the front more than the back, and I don't want to force it, but I gotta stop that. It happens. Anyway, I don't know if Matt is using a particular hardware like a koala pad to draw with. I don't know what the hardware artists uses other than maybe a stylus. But apparently this is all painted in Illustrator, and he did a pretty good job. Some of it looks pastelish, some of it looks like watercolor or gouache. Those are just effects, of course, when you're working in digital. The story for Kyrie takes place in Alexandria, starting in Alexandria, Egypt. So 250, it's common area. Most people learned that in grade school as AD, but so 250. This is the story starts in a festival of Alexandria. The emperor, is it the emperor? I reviewed a little bit before I did this, but I want to call him the emperor, but I'm not sure. No, he's not the emperor. There's a visitor from the emperor. This is some lord type over Alexandria. I forget exactly what. And the story is not in this book entirely focused on him, but he is a major player. So the major part of the story is actually a heist that starts during the announcement of the start of this festival. And so here's Myra, and she is out after a jewel. She meets up with two thugs who don't know she's there. During her heist, she's trying to get the jewel, and she's also going to be stealing a ship from a visitor from Persia named Valerian. So Myra, one of her two thugs, oh god, I can't remember his name now. The lord over Alexandria, the mayor. We'll just call him mayor. I don't, whatever. I'll read it again and I'll get it. This was pretty easy to read. I like the different colors for each voice. It kind of adds a little bit there. I'm sorry. So we got Myra. Their heist essentially goes wrong. And the thing I like that I like in this book, it's the writing. So here's Valerian. The way it's written is a lot of show don't tell, and that helps. It draws you in really well. After the first few pages, you get drawn in pretty well because you're finding out about the characters and the personalities by seeing how they interact, the types of things they say, instead of just merely being told this is what each person is. Even sometimes if one person makes a personal comment about another person, that's not really the core of the writing. So you get to know the characters as they get to know each other, which is pretty neat. So the heist definitely goes wrong. I'm skipping this scene, by the way, with the blue guy. You can probably get your skin turned blue like that if you take too much colloidal silver, so don't do that. I am skipping a few scenes. They do try to... So here's chapter 2. They try to steal Valerian's ship. Notice the flag up there? That's important. In order to get away with the jewel that she just stole. And unbeknownst to them, in the bowels of Valerian's ship is Marcus. He's going to be a major character too. We're introduced to Marcus through his thoughts. We're watching what's going on here. The getaway with the ship goes wrong, leading to the Roman Navy, I almost said army, the Roman Navy catching up to them, and them having to get away. So one thing that we're shown with the jewel that's introduced is there's a bit of magic in this world, and that leads me to want to flip to one particular scene. When the Navy catches up to them, it seems she's doing a really good job getting around fighting these Roman soldiers. It seems kind of implausible, but this is a magical world. I wonder what she's got going for her. And now I don't want to show exactly too much more. So the heist does go wrong. They're not quite getting away. more changes and mayhem ensue, and then we're brought back at the end to another scene with the Emperor and some things going on there. But what's as I said before, what's really done well throughout this entire book is characterization. You get to know the characters as they get to know each other. So there's a bit of mystery still in there. There's intrigue because I keep calling him the Emperor, the Mayor. Anyway, that guy, he's involved in some secretive groups. Of course, magic is involved, but so there's a little bit of mystery and intrigue there, because she is stealing a jewel and a boat from a political figure, the visitor from Persia. There's going to be some political intrigue involved in that, and I like how the characters are presented instead of being a single, let's say a single color, no pun intended. They're presented in a way that you know there's more than you're being shown right now. There's something deeper going on. They all have motives that are driving them, and it's not being made clear what those motives are, but that lack of clarity isn't a hindrance to the story. It's just part of going along for the ride. So I really enjoyed that. That's Kyrie. There is a book 2 coming out. Apparently this was a web comic. I don't know. I think I said that already. So yeah, digital issues of the comic. So I don't know how far part 2 is going to come along, and it's probably going to be equivalent thickness. I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, check it out. I don't know where it's going to be on Indiegogo or leftover copies or eBay or however you can find it. While I'm recording this, it has like a day to go on Indiegogo, and that's it. So I'll try to get this posted and message Mr. Crott and just tell him, here, promo. So I like the book. If you're more into art than storytelling, you can still enjoy it that way. I'm into both. I see the combination of art and storytelling, and thankfully his art style does support his own story. All right, have a good one.